What it do, everybody? You already know what it is. It's your boy Ty G. We are back in the building with another beautiful day. Just want to say thank you for anybody who's tapping in. Prayers for all of y'all. And I really just want to get into this topic today. Just want to make sure everybody's doing well. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get straight into it. And the topic today is you have to go through it. Rough seasons are necessary. Rough seasons are necessary for us because there's so many times where we might think that when life is going good, that we're going through the most growth, but it's really through the rough seasons. Rough seasons, and I'm saying this because I'm learning through it. I'm going through it. There's parts of my life that have become so routine to me, and now that they're no longer able to be there for right now, it's almost I'm going through this rough season, and I may have some personal things going on, but having a mentor to speak to me about it, he let me know that you need to go through this rough season, right? If we never went through trials and tribulations, we would never learn how to build that spirit of perseverance what God gives us, that spirit of resiliency that God gives us, that spirit of leaning on him which God gives us, right? And I come to you today to say this from a personal experience. You might be going through a rough season. You might have just lost your job. You might have just had a breakup. You might have lost a family member, whatever that may be. I'm not saying that I'm happy that you're going through it, but the most growth and self-development is going to happen going through this rough season. You might have all of these things happen at once, and that seems like a perfect storm, right? And you might see, God, why is this happening to me? Instead of, what are you trying to teach me? How am I going to learn from this, God? What is it that I'm lacking? What is it that you are trying to guide me through? Because there is so many messages that we tend to miss because we look at it from just our perspective of we're here and now, in the physical perspective, and not in the spiritual perspective of this rough season that I'm going through. It's necessary for me. Because if you never went through anything rough in your life, or you never go through anything rough in your life, whenever things get tough, you're going to give up. I mean, man, I'm so blessed to have a mentor that cares, and I'm telling him about things I got going on in my personal life, my work life. And instead of me giving up, instead of me looking for something else, he let me know exactly what's necessary. He said, you need to go through this. This is going to give you that spirit of perseverance. It's going to build up that resiliency. So in the future, when you have to deal with certain circumstances, when you have to deal with certain people, when you have to deal with certain environments, you will know how to conduct yourself. You will know what God was teaching you now, since you have already gone through it. And I don't come to you today to say, oh my gosh, we should all be having multiple things wrong with our life. Absolutely not. I come to you today to let you know, when you do have rough things going on, when you do have a rough season going on, when you do have things not going your way, that there's something that's going to be taught here, right? We learn in life from our biggest losses, whether that's in sports, whether that's in our career field, whether that's in family or social fields. We learn in life from our worst losses. And as much as so many of us, we don't like taking losses, nobody likes to lose. Nobody goes into things saying, I can't wait to lose. Absolutely not. But there is something that's to be taught in the lesson of losing. There's something that's to be taught in a rough season. Imagine that, us thinking, or you thinking, or me thinking that I can't go through a rough season, that I don't deserve to, that I deserve not to suffer, I deserve this, I deserve that. When Jesus, who came down here and put himself in human form and was still perfect, suffered more than I could ever imagine. Imagine that. You, who might be going through a rough season, thinks that you don't deserve to suffer a little bit, and you deserve everything to be served to you on a silver platter, because life should automatically be easy for you. But the one person who came down, put himself in a human form, and died for our sins, literally suffered in a way that we cannot fathom. Imagine that. And I have to say that to myself every day. I got my journal every day. I get up, I'm writing. There's things that I'm looking at. There's things that I'm paying attention to. You might be going through a rough time. And what I write in my journal every day is the suffering that I'm going through is nothing compared to what Jesus went through. The suffering that I'm going through is nothing compared to what Jesus went through every morning, every morning, especially when going through this rough season. Because boy, when you going through it, you don't understand what it's trying to teach you. Why you? How come this happens to me? Everything always goes wrong, this and that. But you never really see the light at the end of the tunnel. You never see the light at the end of the tunnel. All you see is darkness when God is trying to show you the light that's there. If you never seen darkness, you would never know how important it is for you to follow the light, to walk with the light. And I'm learning about this myself. Going through this rough season, I'm calling on my brothers to pray for me. Calling on my mentor for guidance. Asking for prayers, asking for spiritual food being in my word. Because I understand that this rough season, there's something that's trying to teach me. And in my past video, I talked with you guys about how do you stand out and how are you trying to stand out, because if the things of this world are stripped away from you, they don't matter, because when you pass away, who are you to God? You're going to have to answer for those things. And the world feeds you lies. So if the world feeds you lies, and now you're poisoned from those lies, and now you're going through a rough season, why would you continue to run to the world? Why would you continue to feel as though you shouldn't suffer or that you shouldn't go through a rough season when we literally have a book that talks about a man who went through the roughest season and died for us, died for you, died for me? It's crazy. It's almost delusional that we think that. And I don't come here to condemn you to this or that. These are the conversations that I have with myself when as I'm going through this rough season. This is how I keep myself grounded. This is how I'm going to continue to water and seek God to continue to plant seeds in me, so that I can continue to understand what He's teaching me, because He's all knowing. And we see this in Proverbs 3. Lean on His understanding and not my own. I'm leaning on His understanding. Because from my understanding, it's, I was dealt a bad hand. Well, I was dealt a bad hand in poker. This is the life that I get. Well, this is the luck of the draw, I guess I just didn't have the luck on my side today. Instead of saying, all right, well, I didn't get a good hand. What is this trying to teach me? All right, let me let me see what the environment is. Let me see what's going on. Let me see how everybody else is gonna play their hand. Maybe I can learn something, right? Maybe I can figure out what's going on in this game for real. Maybe I can learn from this, and the next hand I'm dealt, if it's like this, I can get I'll have the upper hand, right? I'll be the one who takes home the pot. But it's so hard for us to see past that. We all need to go through rough seasons. Rough seasons are necessary. They are. It's like when you watch your favorite sports team or your favorite player or your favorite artist, whatever you may watch, and you see they go through a little rough season throughout the season, or they drop an album that wasn't as good, and they come back, and in the next season they're comeback player of the year. And you know who was a great example of this? Look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold passed around from team to team, was a backup, was labeled a bust, all of this. Went through rough season after rough season after rough season after rough season. And now on Sunday, millions of people are going to turn on their TV to watch somebody who went through a rough season, who went through plenty of rough seasons. And look where he is now. And this is why I say for so many of us, and even myself, I had to learn is, yeah, I'm going through a rough season, but it's necessary for me to learn from it. And what are we going to learn from it? What am I going to learn from it? What am I going to take away from it? How am I going to continue to pursue my relationship with the Lord? How am I going to continue to build upon what He's giving me, what He's teaching me? Y'all, at the end of the day, we all got to go through rough times in life. We all are going to go through rough times in life. But it's how we look at it. It's how we choose to grow from it. And at the end of the day, it sounds easy to just sit here and tell you, yeah, you're going to go through a rough time. Yeah, lean on God. Yeah, this, yeah, that. But no, it really is important for you to do that. Because there's nothing in this world that is going to bring you peace. There's nothing in this world that's going to bring you the wisdom. There's nothing in this world that is going to guide you in the same way or even close to what the Lord is, or how the Lord is. But all right, y'all, I just want to let you know, I appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out of here.